Morning.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah, the FBI says that we're less safe because of this government shutdown.
I couldn't hear
The FBI says the country's less safe because of this shutdown. Is the FBI wrong? Do you agree with that and acknowledge that?
I think the country's less safe because we have a completely open border, which is why the president is insistent that we fix it. That's why the president is so focused on making sure we actually address this problem and don't continue kicking it down the road. The president's actually put forward a plan that solves all of these problems. It reopens the government and helps put the 800,000 federal workers back in their offices and receiving their paychecks. It helps stop the human trafficking. It helps stop the drug crisis of drugs pouring illegally into our country. The president's the only one that is actually doing something to help the people that all the Democrats claim they actually care about, yet they've done nothing to help them.
Has the president seen the images of federal workers standing in line at food pantries?
Certainly, and nobody wants to see that happen, which is why the president put forward a proposal on Saturday that addresses that reopens the government, that gives Democrats things that they have said that they've wanted, gives Democrats things they claim to care about, yet they're absolutely doing nothing to fix the problem. They're doing nothing to reopen the government, and they're doing nothing to address the national security and humanitarian crisis at our border.
The Speaker's office says there has never been an acceptance of the invitation to give the State of the Union address next week, and there's never even been a written response to Pelosi's concerns about security, as in a letter.
The United States Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security, who would have jurisdiction over whether or not the Capitol is safe for the president to visit, have addressed those concerns. I think they're the most qualified people not only to address it, but to make that assessment, and they've certainly addressed that and I think satisfied those concerns. Blake?
Every indication that we're getting is that nothing is going to pass out of the Senate tomorrow. So if and when that's the case, what happens after that?
I think that's a question you should ask Democrats. Why are they not supporting a plan that actually addresses the problem and supporting a plan that actually does things that they claim that they want? There's nothing in there that Democrats haven't supported in the past and that Democrats haven't said that they want to see happen. So the idea that they're playing political games with federal workers, the idea that they're playing political games with the crisis at the border, that's a question you'll have to ask Democrats. I can't answer for them.
If the plan were to pass, that extended it till February 8th or thereabouts, and it did pass, and it were in the president's hands, what would his decision be?
I'm not going to get into hypotheticals. The president has a plan on the table that actually fixes the problem. It doesn't kick it down the road. I think the bigger question you have to ask is to Nancy Pelosi. The president asked her point blank if we reopen the government. At that point, we were talking about a 30-day CR. The president asked her point blank, if I sign this and we open the government today, will you support in 30 days funding for border security, including a wall? And she said no. The president's been clear that that has to be addressed. This is a crisis, and we've got to do something about it. Thanks, guys.
Clean debt ceiling bill.